This is Ice Cream Gecko, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the Lotus Biscoff biscuits, the caramel biscuits, in a value pack this time around. €1.99 was paid for this particular package, and we are going to take a closer look at this. Anything else on the front right here? Small biscuit, unique taste. Yes, it certainly does taste uniquely. I'm not entirely sure. Pause if you want to read this stuff right here. Pause if you want to read this stuff right here. 310 grams of cookies are in here. Caramel cookies or biscuits, I assume. It says right here. Caramel biscuits with a lot of wheat, a lot of sugar and plant oils, yeah, palm oil and rapeseed oil, all sorts of stuff right there. Pause if you want to read that ingredients list in German, in French or in Italian. And also pause if you want to read the nutrition table right here. Where does it come from? I think it actually does come from Belgium, which is nice. Looks alright. Most people do know these biscuits right here. My fellow Europeans certainly. I do not know if they are all that popular in America. They probably are. Many things make their way around the world nowadays. A lot quicker than the old bombers did. Anyway, let's open up this particular package right here. So we've got packages with 2 biscuits inside. They look thicker than they used to. Maybe they are, well, they're probably the same size. I don't have them too often. I first had them with some coffee in a cafe somewhere, but I haven't been to a cafe in quite some time by now, so I'm not even sure what they are served like nowadays. 4th of July this year is the expiration date on this particular one. Looks fine so far. A bit of crumbleness down there. This probably was the lower one. Let's take a look at this one right here first. This is the side look. It certainly does smell of caramel. It smells a lot like a Dutch stroopwafel as well. Or, well, it smells like Biscoff caramel biscuits, that's for sure. We've got the name right here, wonderfully embossed on the cookie itself, on the biscuit itself. The bottom is uneventfully looking. Well, this one was broken already, but it's quite crisp, quite crunchy. Not too much though. A lot of cookie dust, a lot of biscuit dust on the fingers already. Scent-wise, yeah, the scent doesn't change when we break this one open. Let's see what this tastes like. Yes, it is certainly nice and crunchy. It's got that certain flavor to it that makes you think that this is a decent biscuit, right? You do have that caramel scent to it, that biscuit scent to it, mixes beautifully, and it's got that flavor, that distinct flavor of something that is at the edge of burning, right? When you've got burnt cookies, burnt cake, something like that. Quite often, when you've got a bit of sugar in it, you have that caramelization, and it's a very thin line you have to walk on to bake these properly, I assume, because right after it there comes the part where the entire thing burns and becomes too crisp for regular consumption. This stuff right here has always been on that very edge of tasting like almost burnt, but right in that perfect section of caramelly goodness right before that. That's something I love about these. They've got like really crisp cookies and, you know, really baked, and that I think it's called the Maillard reaction, something like that, when certain sugars caramelize and certain carbohydrates just start to burn, like that right before that point, that perfect Maillard reaction. But I could be wrong. I'm not a chemist of any sort. No, I suck at chemistry, that's for sure. Anyway, let's consume the other bit of the first biscuit. Yes, it really does taste rather nice. I also do have a bit of filter coffee right here, so let's pretend that I am a bit older than I'm actually, at this point in time at least. I'm 25 now. Let's pretend I'm, I don't know, 40 years older than that. We're dipping in the biscuit because my false teeth can't really crunch this to pieces anymore. a lot less crunch, but very nice indeed when it comes to flavour. It really does fit coffee perfectly, this particular caramel flavoured biscuit. Very nice. I want to give this another try. Like, it's not bad or anything, right? But I want to have another excuse to consume this with a bit of coffee. Give myself the feeling of being in a cafe. Not too much spare time in that regard. And the upcoming months are going to be just like that as well. Uni has become a bit more challenging than it has been previously. The master's degree is, well, what can I say? Well, this was in the coffee for a bit longer than it should have been, right? Ah, nice. This looks like something the dog puked out, right? Nice and soft. Perfect for the false teeth. Anyway, what I wanted to say is that I don't really have all that much time anymore to record as many videos as I did in December, because I've got some things to do that involve doing actual brainy stuff, not just eating food on camera without showing one's face. That's what I'm good at, eating and not showing my face. Yes, but it still tastes nice. You don't want to keep it in the coffee for too long. Don't let it soak through all the way, maybe. That's a good idea. But coffee and these biscuits, they go hand in hand, and they go hand in hand wonderfully. Okay, I might have another one of these biscuits and I'll be back with you and the review sheet in just a second. Alright, I opened up one more package and I think I'm ready to go through the review sheet with you. First impression wise, I have to say that they are looking nice, the packaging is nice, all the marketing is really decent of them as well. They don't do too much marketing, it seems, at least. They don't over here, the product just sells itself. First impression wise, when it comes to the packaging right here, I would of course like there to be like more biscuits in one of these packages, but then again, this is supposed to be something that you put, you know, that you consume with a coffee or something, and 2 biscuits is actually perfect for that. So yeah, very decent indeed overall first impression wise. Color wise, also don't have anything to complain about. They look just like they do on the packaging. Maybe they are a bit darker, but nothing that that's looking bad in any way. Full points in that regard as well. Consistency and texture wise, I have to say that they are nice and crunchy. I would like them to be a bit more crunchy maybe, but the problem with that is when you dip them into the coffee or into tea or whatever you want to consume them with, they wouldn't really get all too soft then, right? They have to be not incredibly crisp, but they can't be like sealed from the outside with like a caramel layer on the outside, right? Otherwise they wouldn't really soak through anymore. They wouldn't get soft, and then I guess false teeth humans cannot really consume them all too well, which would be a bummer because these are awesome and everybody should be able to consume them. So consistency and texture wise, they are perfect. But also, I would like them to be different, but I'm pretty sure that if they were different the way that I want them to be, that I wouldn't really enjoy them as much, so I can't really deduct points in that regard either. Taste-wise, I think they're pretty much perfect. They're right at the edge of something that sounds, or tastes, I should say, not sounds, that tastes almost burnt, but it's right at that very thin line of being perfectly caramelly and right before being too crisp to be consumed at all. So yeah, 5 out of 5 points. In the taste department as well, they smell beautifully, they look beautifully, they taste beautifully, they're nice and crunchy, and nothing is really too much. Overall, they are just a very decent product. Themalization wise, 1 out of 1 available point, because they pretty much gave us what they said they would. Caramel tasting biscuits. And they do taste of caramel, and they are biscuits, and they're nice and crunchy, and they look like they do in the package as well. So yeah, I think one of the few things that I've ever reviewed that get full marks, because this is just something that I've never met someone who said that they don't like these biscuits, and I think most people do, because they are quite awesome, and they are not they're not offensive in any way. They taste nice. They're nice and crunchy. You can dip them into coffee. So when you've got problems with your teeth, then well, you should brush your teeth maybe more often. But also, if you are past that point, you can also dip them into coffee and make them a bit softer, and you can still enjoy them. And with coffee, they go beautifully together as well. Like the taste, that kind of merge in your mouth, then wonderful mixture of that. And I do enjoy them quite a lot, I have to say. 10 out of 10, yeah, the Lotus Biscoff caramel biscuits. If you've got a question or a video suggestion, leave it in the comment section down below. And if you want to see more videos just like this one, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope I'm going to see you soon. Until then, bye bye.